What's up, y'all? I'm back at it again. Hope your day is going fine. You see that bright sun? Be grateful. How you doing, man? So today we're going to talk about escaping your environment, right? So I just went. This sun is beaming. Grateful to God. So I just went to get my little checkup. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to keep your body clean. So I got a checkup, my yearly checkup. And I go there, right? I fill out the paperwork. What's up, man? I fill out the paperwork, and the energy just off. Like the lady just mad, and so I try to make small conversation because she's pregnant. And I was like, how far are you? She was like, very. And I'm like, oh, that car sounds like it's about to blow up. So I say to the lady, I say, how far are you along with the pregnancy? She say, very, with a mad face. And I'm like, first of all, because I want to say something rude in my head, but I'm not going to say that. So I'm like, first of all, what are you mad for? Like, a child is a blessing. So I say, when's the baby due? She says, next week. I said, oh, that's cool. I said, the baby's going to be in Aquarius. You know what she said? She said, I believe in Jesus. I said, what the fuck that got to do with you being an Aquarius? And then at that moment, God told me, he said, listen, he said, it's your environment. It's your environment. Because I was about to hit her with something else because it's just a sign. But a lot of times when people don't understand it or they lack understanding, giving them explanation won't do any better. So I kept it pushing. So I'm looking at her like, how you a nurse? Angry. And I was like, she don't got no man. The man got her pregnant and bounced. Because I'm like, all this energy, you about to have a baby next week and you mad for her. But I ain't wanna, get too much into it. So I kept it pushing. And I just left. And I was like, mind you, the energy was so angry. She ain't say bye. She ain't say have a nice day. And I'm like, and that's when I started to notice, I'm like, Olu, you're different. Because how I really want to curse, but something in me saying don't use that vulgar language. Like how the fuck is you in the medical field and you don't have the decency to have, let me not even get myself stressed on this. You don't even got the decency to be well mannered. You don't got the decency to be well mannered. That makes no sense at all. That makes no sense at all. Look at what I just picked up. God be speaking to me. He said, there's still joy and love in this world. There's still joy and love in this world. There's still joy. Just picking up this dusty ass canvas made me see life in a whole different way. God is the greatest. He'll let you see that regardless of what you go through. That, like what I just experienced, it sounded like a TV show, for real. I went in there. She was like, she said, this is for the STD, gonorrhea, this, that, and the third. And I was like, yeah. So I wanted the whole panel. She was like, all right, bet. When I tell you it was the most angriest, stankiest energy ever. And mind you, she wasn't even unattractive. That's the point. She wasn't even unattractive. And I started to realize we're doomed. If this is what we got going on, where we can just procreate just because it's instinctual and we don't actually place love into it, we're done. If this is all we have, we're done. This was an eye-opener from God saying that you all have to learn how to genuinely love one another Because this whole making babies and just being mad all the time, like, this is not the vibe. This is not the vibe. And I did this out of love too. I told myself, I was like, get checked today because something in my body was like, in order to start off fresh, you got to start off fresh in all ways. Mind, body, soul, and spirit. When I tell you, this don't make no sense. I had a beautiful day, and I still have a beautiful day, but sometimes when you're given the truth of the matter, your brain doesn't want to admit it. I was really looking at, like, when someone do something too extra and you be just looking around like, do people see this? And the fact that no one, this is what I learned about people, especially our own kind. No one speaks up. Someone should have told her, like, yo, your attitude is so fucking stank. You better clean that shit up if you're going to come to me at work. I don't understand how no one told her about herself. No one. And the fact that I said, oh, your son's born next week. He's an Aquarius. She said, I believe in Jesus. That was her response. I believe in Jesus. She went that heavy and hard for the white man. I believe in Jesus. She didn't say I believe in God. She said, I believe in Jesus. That was her words. I said, oh, your son is going to be an Aquarius. That's cool. She said, I don't know about none of that. I believe in Jesus. Well, Jesus is the same one that had your ancestors enslaved for 400 years. So who the fuck you really believe in? Anyways, I'm trying to tell you, this is real life. I'm trying to tell you, this is real life. And it's so sad because it's your own people. God said, leave your environment. But God works in mysterious ways, and he's so benevolent. God is so benevolent. It's like he needed me to see that. So I could work harder, because making a baby isn't enough. You really need a genuine love bond with a woman, and vice versa. But the difference is you can't heal someone that is already broken. Most of these people on this planet are broken, but they're still making babies though. Most of these people on this planet are broken, and they're still making babies. That's the reason why I don't have children right now. Because I don't want to make a broken child. Not to say I'm broken, I'm broke. You feel me? My funds is broken. You feel me? As far as a human, I'm good. But I'm broke, and I don't want to place a woman into that environment. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, you can bounce back on monetary brokenness. If it's internal, you're done. You're done. Because I can work a job and get money. How you work on yourself and become internally and spiritually wealthy, it takes a long time for that to happen. It takes a long time for that to happen. But that fired me up, because it really had me put in more energy within, like, how do I as a man change this? She's talking about the son is born next week. If I was a woman and I had a son born next week, I would be elated. I'd be so joyful. I'm looking at her. First of all, why is you working 1 week before you're pregnant? Shouldn't you be at home chilling? You must not have no man. But that's what God wanted to drill in my head. Men are that necessary. We can change the dynamic from making it ugly and worser to blessed and beautiful. We can make the outcome beautiful. We just gotta be there. I don't know what her personal situation is, but the fact that she's working 1 week prior to pregnancy shows that she's not happy. She talking about something. Let me not even go there no more. Let me continue on a more positive note. How was my day? My day is beautiful. I woke up today, spoke to God, cleaned some dishes. I'm about to do some art today. What else? that's really it. I'm about to go paint. I'm gonna invest my energy, do some painting. I'm gonna do some painting and take a long walk, write in my journal, meditate, and just really get to know God better. Because I know where I'm supposed to go. God done gave me all the signs this week. I know where I'm supposed to go. And a huge portion of my growth is in the realm of women. He's saying like a lot of your homework assignment, this timeline, is to help women, especially the little ones, because a little one can get fucked up just by a woman's anger. A woman can have a daughter, especially a daughter. A woman can have a daughter be so angry and the daughter emulate. Don't even question why the mother angry. She'll just behave like that. By the time she's grown, talking about why am I angry? You don't get it? So God said the only entity to interfere with a woman's nature is a man. We the ones that gotta do it. They're not gonna change. And I don't mean that in a bad way. They can't change because they're so stuck in their own ways. They need a forceful. It's like when the asteroid hits the Earth. Something drastic has to happen for the click to really start clicking. And that God is just he's just the Almighty. Like I was supposed to go to a different health center, and God knew that I couldn't learn that piece of knowledge if I went there. I had to go where I went to instead of going where I went to prior. How you doing? Fine. I like your sweater. Yeah, and your hair. Yeah. But anyways, we'll talk soon.